Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your match day preview for Newport County AFC versus Wrexham AFC, EFL League 2, and it's match day 27. Yes, we are back at it, and it's going to be a Welsh derby within 4 weeks. We're having another derby against Newport County, which we did win 2-0 at the racecourse back on December 23rd. And we're going to turn it right back around. And as you can see on the thumbnail, PARKY, get me two. Yes, PARKY, get me two. We're going to do the double on them. That's what we're going out to do tomorrow in this match. So let's get involved. Got a lot to get to today. Got about seven things in the line items here. Seven topics we're going to talk about. Some good quotes. We have Parkinson, James McLean, Tom O'Connor. Look at Newport County, where they're at, who have a big match coming up. They have a big match coming up, which we will get a little bit more information on. And so, yes, get involved, like, share, subscribe. On our way to 1,000 subs. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're getting there. So one at a time. We are going to get to 1,000, and then we'll go from there. So thank you, everyone, for getting involved. Get involved in the Discord. We're also on Instagram and X. So, all right. On that note, PARKY, get me two. Let's look at what Newport County are talking about. So on their website here, it says match preview for them. Match preview for them, which is a good way to look at the opposition. By the way, first of all, before I get to that, let me backtrack 2 seconds here. Jacob Mendy started for Gambia tonight in the AFCON. So congratulations to Jacob Mendy. Good job. Well on him. It's a huge feat for him for his career, and I'm sure it's a proud moment. So Jacob Mendy did start tonight for Gambia. So best of luck to him. Okay, moving on. Let's look at Newport County on their website as well. Excuse me. So Newport County is they played 27 games. They won 9, drawn 7. They have 11 losses. A goal difference of -6. So won 9, drawn 7, lost 11. Goal diff of -6. They have 34 points. Let me just get the League 2 table up here. I should know this. League 2 table. League 2 standings. They are in, I think it's 19. Yeah, I'm making that up. They're in 17th place. All right, so they're in 17th place, and they're coming to. We're going to go down there to their home ground, and after they don't want to get a double over them, and I'm sure they want to, I'm sure they want to get one over on us, a draw, but whatever. We're going for the 3 points, and that's what the goal is for us. Going to go out there, PARKY, get me two over them. We're going to do the double on them. So on their end, it says on their site, it says following back-to-back wins ahead of a euphoric FA Cup clash. With Manchester United upcoming. Yes, they have a euphoric clash coming up against Manchester United. That's great. Newport County turned their attention to their home fixture against promotion-chasing Wrexham this weekend, tomorrow morning, live at 7 o'clock for us, 3 p.m. for everyone in the UK, and 10 o'clock on the East Coast. So really excited for that. So Graham Coughlin's men, he's the manager, will be full of confidence following the professional performance against Eastleigh, but will need to ensure that they keep their feet on the ground ahead of next week's fixture, which is tomorrow, which is the Manchester United fixture. So you can easily skate over this. Like, do you want to rest players for the Manchester United clash, FA Cup, which that's a big clash. It's a big clash, and you want to put your best outfit on. But you're in the league here too, and not that they're in 17th place, but it's like not that they're not in a relegation battle, but they could be relegated. Yes, there are probably worse teams in the league, but they could be relegated. But do they want to focus their attention on the weekend game, or they want to focus their attention on the Manchester United game for FA Cup? The Gaffer made several changes for Tuesday's game with Harry Charsley, Aaron Wildig, and Sean Palmer Holden, all returning to the team after being rested against Doncaster. All 3 men will be hoping to retain their place in the starting 11 ahead of what will be a very, very tough fixture. They're called the Exiles. They were handed a boost by Cal Jameson, and they're hoping to get some minutes on some of those players that have been rested. So last time out was like a little under a month ago. It was a derby. They on the 23rd, and we won 2-0. It was a sellout crowd. We expect a sellout crowd coming to this match down there at their home ground as well. So it's gonna be a banger, and I believe that we're gonna go down there and win. But they're like, here's my take on all this. Here's my take on all this. It's we have they say here Wrexham arrived in South Wales on a strong run of form. We are. We haven't lost in 24. That's pretty amazing. Parkinson's men have lost just 2 of their last 17 matches and have a very strong start to 24. Yeah, we haven't lost. That's the strongest start you could have. They're unbeaten in January, obviously securing key wins against fellow promotion hopefuls, Barrow and Wimbledon, as well as FA Cup victory over League One Shrewsbury. So, I feel like we're going into this, full bore, and I feel like we can do very well. So on their end, they're up for it. Will they rest some players? I don't know. I'm going to scroll down a little bit here, see what they think. Adam Lewis has a little bit of news here on their end. He's one of their defenders, Adam Lewis. He's saying on here, Adam Lewis, it's 2 massive games coming up. So they know what they're coming up against on the other side for Newport County. They know they're coming up against us, and they know they're massive. It says Newport County defender Adam Lewis is hoping his side can continue to build momentum as Wrexham make a trip to Rodney Parade tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. He said he goes on to say it's a big game, isn't it? Wrexham said the Liverpool loanee. So he's on loan from Liverpool. It means he can ball a bit, although he's on loan down in league, down here. So let's see what he has to say a little bit further. He said, "You saw what it was like a few weeks ago with all the buildup and the atmosphere on the day. I was a bit unlucky for the first game. I just missed out with an injury, but fortunately, I still had the opportunity to travel up and get the feel for it all. So, yeah, they're up for this. They're up for this match. And I know we're spending a little bit of time on Newport County, and we'll get to Wrexham in a second. And excited, I got a lot to get to today. So we're going to take our time. It's a Friday. It's the weekender. It's a kickoff to the weekend. He said it's 2 massive games coming up. And despite Manchester United coming to town, we got to see Wrexham just part of that, too. The history between both clubs, with some people labeling it a Welsh derby. It's all to play for tomorrow. It's perfect timing, really, having the opportunity to play 2 games against us, 2 big teams in the space of a week. So they're up for it, and we're up for it too. So, I'm excited about it, and we're going to dive in tomorrow morning, and I think we can go and do a job. But from my articles and their readings, what I'm saying, they're going to be up for this match. So we need to go down there and not look past it ourselves. It's something we need to focus on. And that moves me into the next article from the leader, my leader, Richard Williams. And I love it. I love Richard. Didn't connect, but we will connect. Richard, we will connect. This comes from the leader. This came today at Richard. It's at leader Richard Williams. Wrexham beat rivals Newport County in December's derby. Yes, we did. 2-0. And that talks about it's just been 4 weeks since the Welsh derby. Parkinson wants the same outcome when Wrexham renew acquaintances with Newport County tomorrow. Yes, we were there at the 23rd. It was 2-0. So Parkinson expecting another competitive match, as we'll be relishing the occasion. So this is Parkinson talking about the game tomorrow. I said it's a quick turnaround, but we're really looking forward to another Welsh derby, said the Reds boss. It's one of the few grounds I've never been to before. That's interesting. So Parky's not even been to the ground. So he's not been to Rodney Parade. So he hasn't been to this. So he's looking forward to them. So there's a lot of pride at stake. He goes on to say, and we know that from our first game, there's an extra competitive edge because of rivalry, because of the 2 clubs. But it's just important we have a real focus about the game plan and what we need to take us down to Newport and keep our run going. And that's what we're going to do, keep our run going. Goes about to talk about the previous game, second half goals from JJ and Elliott. Hope they have good games tomorrow as well. They picked up 3 points in September. He said, Parkinson said, it's going to be another game similar to the one at home. Conditions were difficult, and both teams had to manage, but we came out on top. We won our first and second contacts over the pitch, stood strong as a team. A lot of qualities we showed that day. We have to take them down with us down to Newport and more. Sometimes conditions can dictate what type of game is going to be, and throughout the course of the season, you have to adapt accordingly. So not skipping over this game. They know what's going to happen. They know it's going to be a tough game no matter what puts at them. I'm anticipating probably an unchanged lineup, something like that. Okonkwo in goal, McLean, O'Connor, Toes, and I'd go O'Connor, Toes, and I'd keep Clearworth on the right. He's probably going to start forward, JJ, Lee, Evans, and then probably if Mullen will play, and I'd probably start. He's probably not going to start Palmer. He'll probably start Fletch. It's Fletcher Palmer. I don't think Dalby will make the start. It's going to be Fletcher Palmer. Love to see Palmer get a start to hold that ball up, and maybe have Fletch come in a little bit later if things, if we need him. If Fletch is fit, Fletch is fit. I'd like to start him. If he's not, obviously start Palmer. Am I getting that right? If Palmer is fit, you start Palmer. If Fletcher and have Fletcher come off the bench. What am I doing here? So I want to start Palmer and have Fletcher come off the bench. That's what I want to do. If Palmer's fit, we got there. We got there in the end. I'm so sorry. We got there. It's Friday. It's Friday. Games we're already to the weekend. So that's what I think he's going to do. But they're definitely taking it to him, and like it is a Welsh derby, and we want to go down and get the double over him, and that goes a little bit more with we're in second place, and we want to keep our high standards up. And this came from O'Connor. O'Connor said it took us a while. This is O'Connor quotes about before the match. He said, "It took us a while to get going in League Two," said O'Connor, who scored his first goal of the season at the 1-0 FA Cup third round over the rivals Shrewsbury Town earlier in the month. But the last few months, we've got a foothold and got used to the league. So hopefully we can go up another gear and push on. So Connor has the right mindset, and Stash and Gio, my two favorite players. Everyone knows that. I think obviously I love Moles and everybody too that score goals, but these guys I think are making it. Gio and O'Connor are the ones that are kind of making it click for us. So he said it's a tough league. There's a lot of decent sides around the top of it too. So they're giving recognition. Stash is giving recognition to the fact that basically. When they started the league, little shaky, had to get there, had to figure out the league, which I thought we did well. It wasn't, there was expectations for us to come in and just smash it. But we had injuries. Moles was out. He hurt his his lung. So, there were expectations. And now after figuring the league out, the players probably got their feet under them, which he's saying here, they're moving forward. So, and that's the mentality I think that's keeping coming forward. And you get it from PARKY and you get it from a lot of the other players, especially Stash here. He said, it's never going to be easy, especially coming up after last season, says O'Connor. But we got a good squad with good quality, and we're expected to be up there, meaning in those playoff places. And we'll talk about that next. James McLean talks about that too, about having a good dressing room. That's the next up here. We're in a good position. We are up there, but there's a lot of football to be played still. So the understanding is that it's still January 19th today. Tomorrow's the 20th, obviously, when the game is. But they understand not getting too ahead of themselves. He said there's a lot of teams pushing to break into the top three, so we'll be looking to keep our standards high and try to stay up there come the end of the season. And we're going to look at some of the other matches today. Tomorrow. There's a few matches we need to keep an eye on for the top six. That's what we call the top six that we need to keep an eye on. And moving on with James McLean, some great quotes from McLean too. He's enjoying his time at Wrexham, and he's effing smashing it. McLean is smashing it. He's so good in this league. Aggressive, two-footed, crosses coming in, goals. Play him up front, don't care. He said, he's talking about the dressing room. He's like having a good dressing room. Not quoted yet, but this also comes from the leader, Rich. Love you, leader, Rich. I'm going to keep quoting you until your articles until you come on. And I'm so happy. I found this site. So having a good dressing room and winning lots of matches means James McLean is loving life at the racecourse. The former Public Ireland national joined Wrexham in August from Wigan Athletic for an undisclosed fee. Blah blah blah. So he's hoping for a promotional challenge. He said, "I'm having a great time," says McLean. Made 26 appearances in all competitions for Wrexham this season. Scored 2 goals. Yeah, 2 cracking goals too. That comes from having a good dressing room. And I think you can see in some of the, obviously all the interviews, we have a good dressing room. We have a good mentality. We have good leaders, and we have guys who can take players like Cleworth under their arm and under their tutelage and get them to that next level. And Dalby as well for Moles and Palmer up front. He said it comes from having a good dressing room. When you have a good dressing room, you look forward to coming into work. It really helps. The biggest thing in football is winning games, and nothing is more enjoyable. No, yeah, that's actually with everything. When you're winning games, getting positive feedback or whatever you're doing, yes, work begets work, positive work begets work, and that's kind of what's happening here. When you're winning games and you're happy, it's a great place to be, and long may it continue. Red supporters have taken the McLean wingback and wants to continue to give fans something to shout about. And yes, listen, he knows how to G up a crowd. McLean, he's the one, little Hulk Hogan, little thunder lips there, little thunder lips. He said it makes a huge difference. They travel in numbers, and they are very vocal throughout, and it helps out, especially tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're traveling with Tomorrow we're traveling with it says full marks. We're going to be fully sold out tomorrow. So I'm not sure how far it is. I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow in the watch along. Again, join us for the watch along. Excited about that. And a lot of good chats on those watch alongs. But anyways, the travel in numbers. He said, I played for clubs where fans have been vocal, but not vocal in a good way. And you can see that all over the place. And it can be detrimental to the team, but our fans are fantastic. And they back us throughout thick and thin. But it's our job to give them something to be happy about. And at the minute, we're doing it. So, obviously having we had Sean Winter on, and he was great. And he talked about the infection crowd and being positive and can't always be positive. You don't want to get on the players as much, but it's like, they're going out there, they're doing a job. And that's what really affects they're on the pitch. They're human beings after all, they're all human beings. So credit to what he's mentioning here, McLean. And, it's really great to see. And said, I would say a guy like Sean is the heart of the city in certain ways where they're passionate and they support the club and they want them to do well. So let's see. McLean has become a fan's favorite. Yes, he has. At the race course. And although he comes in for stick for the opposition supporters, I think he's great because he can handle it. If anyone can handle the stick, it's him. It's something he really enjoys. He's not afraid to. He's talking about going after the fans. You could see him, like I said, a little bit of a little bit of that. I'm the type of character. It's tit for tat, said McLean. If you want to abuse me, you got to take it back. It's a bit of fun when it comes to football banter. Then great. He said, "You'll take that all day. It's part and parcel of the game. But obviously, it's a lot more enjoyable when it's you winning." If you're able to gloat a bit. Yeah. So we're in second, he's saying, and we know Newport is going to be right there, right at it. So they're home and it's a Welsh derby. We have to make sure that we are up for it. Come for the first whistle and go on ahead and meet the challenge. So no less than resting on their laurels there. Nothing at all there, which is great. And I think that's really just throughout the whole club. So this another article here about the preview from Newport County versus Wrexham. This came from Mark Griffiths, great Mark Griffiths at M_Griffiths92. You wait 5 years for a Welsh derby, and you get two once within a month. So the Wrexham angle, the return of Ollie Palmer at the end of another impressive home win was a bonus for Parkinson last Saturday. He fielded an unchanged team for a third consecutive match. He's only had 4 players. He had only 4 players unavailable through injury: goalkeeper Rob Layton, center backs Aaron Hayden, Egan O'Connell, and Jordan Tunnicliffe. And all of them have been training. So Mendy again is still on the AFCON, so he's not there. So we're definitely gonna obviously have someone in there. I think it's going to be Ford. So there's a lot to do for this game, and I think we are prepared for it. So love to get that double over then. Like I said, I gave you my lineup. I think it's probably going to be again Okonkwo, McLean, Tozer, Stash, Cleworth definitely keeps his place even if O'Connell's not back. And I'd go, like I said, Ford, Lee, Evans, and Cannon. Sorry, did I not say Cannon last time? Lee Evans and Cannon. And I do, if Palmer is full fit, I go Palmer up front with Mullen and then possibly Fletch. So if he's not fully fit, then Fletch and then Moles can come off the bench. So other games we need to look at too said, so this is big too. So we are in second, and let me bring up the league table. I don't know, why did I shut that down? Sorry. Working without a net here. So we're second place behind Stockport, obviously. So we're clear second too. No, not on goal diff. We're clear second, 2 points ahead of Mansfield. Stockport 54, Wrexham 52 with a game in hand, and Mansfield Town are at 50 points with also a game in hand on Stockport. Barrow in fourth, 49. Crew Alexander in fifth at 47, and Notts County 43. Better call Macaulay Langstaff. Sorry, I got that wrong yesterday. I said Longstaff. Macaulay Langstaff. I don't know. That was a show yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out about Macaulay Langstaff possibly being targeted to come into the club. Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. But can we get Langstaff? It'd be a great fit. I think it'd be a great fit in my opinion. But so that's the top 6. MK Dons are in 7th here. So there's a bunch of games you need to watch out. So back to the article from Mark Griffith. He said there are a number of matches in the round which could make a case for being a 6-pointer. A lot of 6-pointers here. Barrow entertained Crew, knowing defeat would see their visitors replace them in fourth place. Leader Stockport traveled to Notts County, whose focus is suddenly on the teams which are thundering up behind him, us being one. A number of those teams are facing each other. AFC Wimbledon and Crawley are 3 points off the playoffs, while Accrington Stanley face a resurgent Walsall. I do like that Walsall side. Tough away matches for the bottom, who are both starting to detach from the rest of the table, meaning the clubs above them have a chance to put a real distance between them in the danger zone. So, yeah, let's run through those games again. Wimbledon versus Crawley, Barrow versus Crewe, Bradford City versus Doncaster, Gillingham versus Forest Green Rovers. And, yes, we saw yesterday that Troy Deeney got the sack after 29 days. Unfortunate for him. It's really sad. I really like him as a player. Harrogate Town versus Grimsby Town, Mansfield versus Sutton, MK Dons versus Morecambe, Newport, Wrexham. We travel down there. Notts County versus Stockport, Swindon Town versus Tranmere, and Walsall versus Accrington Stanley. Those are the games tomorrow. So big weekend, big weekend going into the next few games in this part of the season. It's match day 27. So we have that game, and then we have the Crawley Town game is postponed because we have the Blackburn Rovers Monday, January 29th game. We will be doing that live. We'll watch along there. So we got some things coming up. We got a lot to do. Battle on all fronts now. Let's talk about the milestone real quick. Tomorrow's milestone is Andy Cannon. 275th career appearance. 275th career appearance for Andy Cannon. So congrats for him. I'm sure he'll be on the pitch. I think he will be starting tomorrow. And lastly, I want to. This is one thing I wanted to hit on too. And this is credit to me, the wife, and Wrexham AFC on their Twitter account or X account. He said the referee watch, Simon Mather. So Simon Mather is the referee tomorrow for the game versus Newport. And like I said, credit to me, the wife from Wrexham AFC. Good podcast for them. They do some really good content, so shout out to them. So appearances, 20 appearances for Simon Mather. Total yellow cards, 113. 113 with 9 red cards, 5 straight reds. Simon last refereed our game at the Stoke against Walsall, where we won 4-2. So appearances, 20. 113 yellow cards, 9 total red cards, 5 straight reds. Don't dive in. Do not dive in. Okay, so watch out for that. That is the referee watch. I like that. I like that we check a little bit of the referee watch. And he seems to be card happy. So he seems to be pretty card happy. All right. That is your match day preview. Newport County AFC versus Wrexham AFC. And it's back in the league. Big game. Let's keep that winning streak going for 24. Let's keep it going for them. Let's see what else. Live tomorrow, 10 of. So get involved. Like, share, subscribe, please. Like I said, we're making our way to 1,000 subscribers, and that helps out the show. It helps out the channel, getting us out there to get more people, get more of a community, and we're really enjoying it so far. So thank you very much. All right, that is your match day preview for Friday. And on that bombshell, I'll see you all in the morning.